have a secret. Sometimes the dreams actually come true, so this is a friendly reminder to just keep on dreaming. Hi everyone, my name is Aurora and welcome to this very special video. This is more of a diary entry, let's say, with a little dash of fashion styling in the end. The purpose of making this video is to actually create a memory of this very special weekend that I've had recently with one of my role models. That role model is someone in the sustainable fashion industry, someone in the YouTube industry, and someone from the country where I want to live in the future. And that person is Alyssa Beltempo. You have probably seen me talk about her in my previous videos if you've been following me around. I actually even made a video about shopping my own closet for outfits that are inspired by Alyssa Beltempo, and I will link it up here so that you can check it out. I never expected that I would ever in a million years actually meet one of the YouTubers that I follow. I never thought that I would meet one of my role models. It's actually scary to meet your own role models because you're not sure if you're gonna get disappointed, you're not sure if they're gonna be as you expect them to be, if they're gonna be better or less than their public persona. Luckily, when it comes to Alyssa, I can safely say that she's a wonderful human being. She's so empathetic, so humoristic, so intelligent, so inspiring that it was such a pleasure to spend this weekend with her. I feel out of this world when it comes to this, and that's why I wanted to create this video, both for myself, for her, and maybe even for you, if you have someone who you aspire to be. If you have role models that are around, that you can get in touch with them, please do so, because you never know what kind of opportunity might present itself in that interaction. Of course, Alyssa is one of those amazing down-to-earth people that actually check their DMs, respond to fan mail, respond to the comments under their videos and things like that. So that's probably one of the reasons why I was actually able to meet her. The other lucky coincidence is that even though she is living in Canada, Ottawa to be specific, she is actually digitally nomading through the Europe for this year, and she was actually staying for a few months in Croatia, where I live. So I reached out to her to let her know some useful tips and tricks on how to avoid tourist traps, how to have a great time, what to eat, where to go thrifting and things like that. We even talked about the street style culture in Croatia, and she even mentioned that in one of her previous videos. I will link that video down below. Even that video alone was a dream come true. I mean, you hear your role model saying your name and teaching other people about things that you taught them, and that was such a out-of-body experience. I can't even explain. And then a few weeks later, we actually get an opportunity to meet because she was visiting Zagreb, where I live. I'm shook. I don't know what to say. I didn't believe that that was actually happening for the whole week before. I was in denial, literally. I thought that there is no way that she would actually come. Yeah, we were talking about her coming here and us meeting and going for a coffee and thrifting together and things like that. But when you rationally think about it, I thought that there was no chance of that actually happening. The night before we were meeting, I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. I was nervous that I was gonna show up at our meeting spot and she wouldn't be there because she was just saying that to, get rid of a crazy fan or something like that. And then, by my lucky surprise, she was actually there. We met, and we met the day later. First, we went for a coffee alone, and then the second day we spent with my life partner, so that she can meet him as well. And we had this whole adventure. I just want to, go through those 2 days together with you, show you some snaps that I took as a b-roll, and yeah, I just wanted to create this memory for myself to look back on it when I'm feeling down, because this is one of those opportunities, one of those life moments that you will always remember, and that I think will always give me strength to keep on going in this direction that I'm going in, because honestly, this is so wild. I literally told her that I was so nervous. I told her that I think of her as a celebrity, actually, even though she, in terms of US and Canada, she might be a bit smaller YouTuber, but in my country, with less than 4 million people total, She has more followers than many of our famous singers, actors, and things like that. So in comparison with them, she really is a huge deal. And she is a huge deal to me personally because of how inspiring she was for me to start my retail detox, to start learning about sustainable fashion, and to create my own channel that I dedicated to sustainable fashion as well. And my partner told her that I was like a child on Christmas Eve when I came back after the first day of hanging out with her, because I was just so excited and I was so full of, you know, beautiful feelings and great memories and all of that. And I'm still under depression of it all. So that's why I'm creating this video at this moment. Even though Alyssa will probably create her own video a bit later, I don't know. We didn't discuss that part because we weren't filming much. This wasn't a collaboration of any kind. This was more like two friends finally meeting in real life. And that's what's so beautiful about it. I didn't want it to feel artificial. I didn't want it to feel like a business opportunity or anything like that. I just wanted to chat with her, human to human, woman to woman, and fashionista to fashionista after all, and see what is behind the surface of her interests, and to learn more about Canada since we are planning to move there. In the end, my partner and I kind of, depressed her a little bit with sad and sob stories from Croatia, from our childhoods, from the culture that we live in, about the war, about corruption, about the crisis, and everything that is a bit doomed when it comes to this part of the world. But she was patient enough to learn about it, to listen about us whining, and I think that we both learned a lot about the other culture, about each other, and we also had an opportunity to practice English, which is not something that we get to do in Croatia as much. And we even talked with her about some Croatian words, some pronunciations. We had a lot of fun with trying to pronounce both my and my partner's names and surnames, because it's a tongue breaker for people who are not from this part of the world. So there is that part. First day when we met, we went for a cocktail in the middle of the afternoon, which is not something that I do, but sometimes you just have to do something to get rid of that nervousness. We had these amazing cocktails and homemade ice cream in one of my favorite places in Zagreb. Then I took her on a stroll through the city. I showed her some of the beautiful architecture, my college building, some of the most famous spots, and then we went to the thrift shop. It was a pop-up thrift shop that is traveling all around Europe. Every weekend they're in another part of the continent. So it was a lucky coincidence that they were just in Zagreb on the weekend when she was coming here. So I got us tickets for it, and we decided to check it out. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything. I was this close to buying some things, but I just wanted to keep on doing my retail detox, even though I bought those two dresses a few weeks ago, because I don't think that, even though I slipped, let's say, once, or had an obligation, let's say, or fell under the pressure of buying something, I don't want it to become my habit again. I don't want to get back to the old ways. So that's why I didn't buy anything, even though there were so many beautiful and very unique looking items from, let's say, 1960s all the way to 2010s. It was actually weird to see some fast fashion brands in that thrift store, and there was a lot of handmade items, some traditional wear, and things like that. So it was a fun adventure. We even saw some American jerseys and this Canadian looking poncho, which was honestly something that I should have got because winters in Canada could be much much colder than here in Croatia, so who knows, maybe I should have. After visiting the thrift store, we went on a dinner. We went to this very special place that is kind of like a tourist trap, but it isn't, since a lot of locals actually go there to eat authentic local food, and that is called lastruk. It's this national dish of homemade pasta with cream cheese and things like that. It was a great meal for the end of the day after walking a lot, and that was the end of the first day. On the second day, we met early in the morning with my partner as well to go visit the Hrelić. That is a flea market, totally wild, let's say, where you can get anything from literally car batteries to Second World War paraphernalia to medicine, clothing, antiques, huge mirrors, plastic shoes, whatever your heart desires, it will probably be there. We strolled through the whole thing. We didn't actually buy anything, but it was wild to see such many different kinds of items just thrown together at one place. Um, there in the bushes just close by, my partner actually found a love letter from the 1970s, and I'm not even joking. I'm gonna hide the address, but you can see that this is this is Tito, the ruler of Yugoslavia. So this mark is literally authentic, and the letter inside is a very heartbreaking story of a man telling a woman that he's not sure, that he still loves her, but he doesn't know what to do. And it's just a very heartbreaking love story that literally starts with "I don't like it when you cry, and I would want you to not cry anymore." But I feel, and I hope that you can understand my feelings, and you are my beautiful butterfly. And it was very wild. We couldn't believe at first. Both Alyssa and I thought that my partner was joking when he started reading it. I honestly couldn't believe when he started reading it, or better say, translating it into English. But then I got the letter myself and started reading, and like, wow, this is amazing. We took the letter with ourselves because it just feels like a piece of history. And since I'm a historian, sociologist, and anthropologist, and all that, I love such stories, such snippets of personal histories, such stories that are lost to time. But now this one story isn't anymore. So we will definitely keep this for a long, long time as one of the happy memories. So even though I didn't get anything for myself at the flea market, I was actually able to get a little piece of memory, a little piece of history as well. After visiting the flea market, we started walking to the restaurant where we wanted to go that serves local cuisine, because Alyssa wanted to try cevapi. So if you're not familiar with Balkanian cuisine, it's actually ground beef meat that is just grilled, and then you eat it in a piece of bread, let's say. Anyway, we got the family platter so that she can try a lot of different kinds of local meat, some grilled veggies and potatoes and things like that. But on the way to the restaurant, we took a wrong turn and we were walking for like half an hour. In the middle of the day, it was 37 degrees outside, and both me and my partner burned because we didn't have any tan beforehand. Elisa was in Portugal, and she was at the seaside in Šibenik, so she had that beautiful tan. But we're just like closed in our apartment with our windows rolled down and everything. So it was like, anyway, after the dinner, we went to the city center to drink one last cocktail and say goodbye, which was a bit hard because you really easily get used to hanging out with someone, even though you just met them in real life. The parasocial relationship on the internet are something that is so wild. The potential of having the pen pals from the other part of the world, for having inspiration from other people from other cultures, and the opportunity to just exchange the thoughts and ideas, to share your own personal story and get a different perspective on it. Since Alyssa didn't grow up in the Balkans, she doesn't know what type of education we get here, what type of politician live here, what how the infrastructure looks, how our personal childhoods look like because of different parenting styles and things like that. So it was really fun sometimes to say something that was a bit hard, something possibly traumatic, something that we take for granted because it's just something that is part of our everyday life. And then Alyssa being like, "Ah, you're kidding, right?" And we're like, "Nope, that's just how we live here. That's why we want to leave this place." So there is that. Honestly, while speaking to her about some random things like renting a car in Canada versus in Croatia, it's it's a dream country really, because it doesn't seem like it could work like that here. There it works seamlessly. uh, and there were many other examples like that, from taxes all the way to business opportunities, gender equality, women's rights, abortion rights, and conflicts based on ethnicity and things like that. You really see how undeveloped Croatia actually is in comparison with a country such as Canada. And I honestly can't wait to actually move there and experience it firsthand. I believe that once we go there, our lives will dramatically change because we'll finally be surrounded with people like us. For us, it is normal to say please, thank you, sorry, and things like that. But for some other people in our environment, it's not such a normal thing to do. In Canada, Lisa says that you know that you're a true Canadian when you start to apologize to inanimate objects, which is something I do always. So there is that. I'm practically half Canadian already. I don't even have to take the citizenship test. I also want to share the outfits that I wore for these 2 days, because it was a bit hard to decide what to wear, since I was meeting a fashionista, a sustainable fashionista, someone who is my role model in terms of sustainable fashion and who is also a role model when it comes to style, when it comes to shopping my own closet. And I really didn't want to disappoint her. So I thought long and hard what to actually wear. I wanted something that was practical, something that was a bit sustainable, something that was appropriate for plus 35 degrees Celsius, and I wanted something that I could walk a bit of time in. So for the first day that we met, I decided to go with this lovely little skirt. It is a fast fashion piece that I got around 2.5 years ago before starting a retail detox. I love that skirt because it's so, safari looking and things like that, but it's in the same time very casual but also a bit polished. So it gives you that nonchalant street style looking vibe, and I'm all about that. On the top of it, I wore this beautiful silk piece that is a patterned short sleeve shirt with a bit of a puff sleeve actually, and a huge statement collar. I got this piece at a swap party around 2-3 months ago, so I just wanted to use this opportunity to wear it. I love the buttons. They're so unique and they give something extra and special to the whole outfit. This shirt is actually very old. I got it at a swap party from the girl that said that she got it from her grandma, who had it for many years, and it still looks like new. It smells like new, and it's very comfortable to wear, even in this midst of summer heat. On the bottom, I decided to go for my sandals, my fast fashion sandals that I got 2 years ago. That are actually made in the Balkans, here in Serbia, next door, let's say. I love these sandals. They're super easy to wear. They sometimes do dig into my skin when I walk a lot, and that's what happened on the Saturday. And I even got one blister from it, which was a bit painful because I didn't expect us to walk so much. But, I just had to take the chance to show Alyssa around the city and to see both the people and the architecture as well. To finish off this first look, I used my very summery bag, and that is this straw bag with some shells I love this bag. It's super practical. A lot of the things can fit in there. Unfortunately, you can't close it, so it's a bit of a problem with security when it comes to public transit and things like that. But luckily, I didn't lose anything. Anyway, that was the first outfit. Now let's see the other one for the Sunday. That day, I started to build my outfit from this shirt. It is a very beautiful shirt that is unfortunately fast fashion, but items like this are actually tradition in Croatia. It is actually kind of cultural appropriation since this is part of our uniform when it comes to folklore. So traditional dresses and things like that all have that kind of embroidery on them. Anyway, to pair off that beautiful crop top, I chose my trusty fast fashion suit short pants. So I love these shorts. I regularly wear them every summer for the last 5 years, and they're just super comfortable. I can pair them with anything, and they look beautiful since they are a bit dressier. Then on the bottom, since I knew for sure that we will be walking a lot that day, and I was not mistaken, I went for my trusty black Converse shoes. They're a bit, as you can see, dusty because I didn't have a chance really to clean them afterwards. These Converse shoes are comfortable and yet still they look a bit fancier since they're all black and, high rise. So it went well with the rest of the outfit. And to finish it all off, I went with this beautiful bag. I got this bag on the swap party as well at the moment when I got that printed shirt. So I thought that it would look great with this outfit because it is a bit off-white and it has those beautiful pink flowers that I thought would go well with the pants. Those would be the outfits. Please let me know which one of these outfits would you prefer to wear. And let me know what you would wear in this type of situation. Would you panic or would you know exactly what to wear? I honestly struggle a little bit, but it turned out to be, blown out of the proportions in my mind as always. Since Alyssa told me that I was a bit dressed up, she was even asking me should she change her sneakers or whatever she's wearing to go for the cocktail since I was like more dressed up, but I don't see it that way. Anyway, that would be that part about fashion choices. All in all, I'm super grateful to have this opportunity. I'm super glad that even my partner had the chance to meet Alyssa. I'm sorry that we didn't get the chance to meet her husband and her cat that stayed in Šibenik, but I hope that one day, at least in Ottawa, we will be able to meet again together all and, repeat these memories on the other side of the ocean. Thank you, Alyssa, once again for meeting me, for chatting with me, for being such an inspiration. And I hope that we'll meet some other time. And thank you all who are watching this video, who are subscribing, who are commenting. I'm so grateful to each of you for being here. If it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for YouTube, I probably wouldn't have the courage to even talk with Alyssa because I don't know, I just wouldn't. And in this way I was able to talk to her, to meet her. I can for sure say that I'm not disappointed when it comes to meeting her. And I just want to encourage you all to reach out to your role models, no matter if they are an academic writer, if they're an actor, if they're a financial advisor, whatever they are, whatever they do. Let them know that you cherish them, that you want, that you aspire to be like them. Ask them for help, ask them for information, and give such things back to them, and then you both can grow together. That is the most amazing thing that we as humans can do, especially in this time and age when you can literally chat in real time with someone who is living on the other side of the world. So please use those opportunities to connect, to inspire each other, and to grow together. Let me know in the comments down below who are the role models that you would die to meet. I am so super curious about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you're subscribed, I'll see you some other time. Bye!